Hi, it's Nell, and today I am going to be taking you on a tour of my container plants. So stick around for that. So I live in the Sonoran Desert in Tucson, Arizona, and when you live in the desert, you decorate your cacti. And I am not at my house, I am at my neighbor's house, and she has, I think she said she has like 35 Santa hats, and she has decorated some of her cacti. These happen to be totem pole cactus. They are pretty much spine-free. I love these cactus. They're so much fun. So I thought it would be a good place to start this video so that I could wish you happy holidays. So let's head on to my house now. So before we start the mini tour, just want to say that I haven't gotten that many new pots. I may have only gotten 2 new pots, but I have gotten some new plants and I've moved some plants around. I didn't work outside that much at all during the hot weather because I had that rash and it was hard to be outside, so I haven't done as much as I did the year before. But I'm really not going to do too many more container plants, if any, because I travel a lot. Spring, summer, fall, so it's hard to have a lot of container plants here unless they are all cacti if you travel. But I just always like to show you the progress about what's going on and what's been moved around, and hopefully next year I'll be able to work outside in the warmer weather more and get a few more things done here. I love fleshy succulents like I know a lot of you do, and I had a garden full of them in Santa Barbara. Here I don't have nearly as many because it is so hot in the summer, and also they need shade from the afternoon sun or almost all day sun to do really well, and some I found do better than others, and they take a little more water here, so I have learned to curb my enthusiasm for growing fleshy succulents, but I still love to look at them. So tour is starting next, but I just wanted to show you something regarding my Christmas cactus, because I know many of you grow Christmas cactus. Actually, this is really a Thanksgiving cactus. They're often marketed as Christmas cactus, but today is December 12th, and look, it is just coming into bud now. It is loaded with buds, but they are just really forming and getting bigger. And this one has always flowered right around Thanksgiving into the Christmas season. But I think this year it's going to be a New Year's cactus. I transplanted it in April, and then it was outside for a while. And yes, it got chomped by the pack rats. So those two things probably had something to do with it. But every leaf has a flower bud at the end. It's going to be beautiful. So with plants, you just never do know. But I also wanted to show you this because this is one of my poinsettias I got this year. I thought it was kind of fun to have this color. It is Poinsettia Gold Rush. All right, on with the container plants. And this is the container that you see when you first come up to the gate, and in the background are the Catalina Mountains. I have a nice view of them from my kitchen, but I just want to show you this fun, crazy cactus here. I don't know if you can hear that sound. It sounds and feels like paper, which is appropriate because its common name is paper cactus. We had rain yesterday, yay. So the Italian parsley is sort of all beat down, but there is a lobelia under it, and this is right outside my kitchen, so it's most convenient for picking Italian parsley all winter long. And this is a very tall urn-like planter, and I have low cacti in it, but that is the look I like here. And this is a pincushion cactus in the front, which I love. I love all these. That is a big chunk, you know, taken out by pack rats. But this is a rainbow cactus, which is very pretty. And then I have odds and ends of things I've bought at the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show in there, just for fun. And I recently posted a video on transplanting or planting a bougainvillea in containers, and here is the bougainvillea blueberry ice doing great. If you watched that video, you might have noticed that the flowers were a pale lavender at that time, because that's because the weather was warmer. But now they are a much deeper magenta purple color. And here is my red edge agave. It will be getting even more red edged, and it'll get a little more tinge of blue as the weather is cooling. And here's another cactus planter, and I do need to redo this. This is the hairy old man cactus that I want to plant into the planter with the golden barrel, because it is just getting too big for this tiny little planter. So I'll probably take out the bunny ear too and just have the three cacti in there, because the bunny ear can go join its bunny ear friend in the barrel cactus planter too. Oh, so I'll be transplanting 2 out of here. Oh boy, that's fun. And my succulent pot with the golden barrel in it. I'm going to be planting the old man cactus from the little dish garden. And here actually I was meaning to do it this year, but you know, I never got around to it. So the rocks took the cacti's place. The variegated elephant food, which replaced the spider plant, trailing on down. And here is the succulent pot, which sits by my front door. Overall doing really well, except for where the pack rats chewed the orange tone sedums there. But they're coming back at the bases. But I have those succulent holiday gardens I'm going to fill in. Some succulents in there, and the paddle plants, they are turning reddish because the evenings are getting cool. And the pack rats completely ate the tops off of these, so that's why they're coming back with multiple heads. Thank you, pack rats. And here is my mojito mint. I've been using some of it, but it's just been growing like crazy. It especially loves the cooler weather here. And we'll show this pot too, just because it is a container plant. Ooh, another cactus. Now that's a surprise. And my wonderful, gorgeous aeonium. It too looks better at this time of year. It's much happier, fuller. It looked a little sad over the summer, but now it's gorgeous. It does have a deciduous trumpet vine growing through it with orange flowers. It's not in flower right now at the moment, this piece anyway, but the hummingbirds love it, so I leave it. And there, it's actually not growing in the pot, it's just coming from behind. So this one is a plant I love, and it's actually a couple of cuttings I brought from Santa Barbara. And this is my solid green elephant food. This is one of the fleshy succulents that can do well in the heat and take a fair amount of sun here. I just took out the annual vinca, and I replaced it with this snapdragon that I've actually had for like a month and a half, and it kind of got beat down in the rain yesterday, but it'll be perking back up this winter. And I wasn't going to show you this, but let's be real. This is a dickia, and it's in the Bromeliad family, and I just haven't gotten anything else to plant here yet that I want to go with it as its companion planting. So that will be something to work on in the new year, as if I don't have enough plants to work on. And this is a petalanthus. I think it's called ballet slippers or slipper plant or something like that. This is a little piece of a bigger plant that's in my back planter. I just took it off and planted it in here, but this is a cool plant. I like this one. And over to the side patio. I love this patio. I spend a lot of time here. It's right off my living room, so I not only spend time out here, but when I can't be out here, I can look at it. And it's nice and green back here now. So this is my string of bananas. As you can see, it is a vine. It does very well here, as opposed to its cousin, the string of pearls, which is on the other side. I'll show you. It doesn't do nearly as well here, but it's in flower because the winter is its time to bloom. And it smells sweet. It's got that sweet, spicy smell. It's not quite as pungent as the string of pearls, but it doth smell good. And there are the flowers. Oops. They aren't terribly showy, but they're sweet as can be. And there are a lot of them. Here's a mixed succulent pot, another one. This some of the cuttings I brought from my garden in Santa Barbara. Some are going to bloom, as you can see, but this was another casualty that I suffered due to the pack rats. And this used to be a lot fuller, but boy, they love the fleshy succulents. And this is my lovely stag fern, which, yes, it does do okay in the desert. I have it outside at this time of year. It's outdoors in the winter, but and for half of the fall and most of the spring. But when it gets warm, I bring it inside because it does not like the dry heat. And this is another mixed succulent pot because I love the look. This euphorbia is doing great. I just planted a hoya gordoni back there. This is what remains of the Opuntia Joseph's coat. This pot looks a little bit bare because, yeah, the pack rats got the whole thing. It was really a good size, but boy, I mean, they devour it. And there we've got the bishop's cap, a couple of haworthias, which are great, and then a little, you may not be able to see it in the middle. It was left over from the Christmas succulent gardens. It's a sempervivum. So that's what's going on in here now. I'll probably plant something else in there come spring. And my adenium in a low bowl, which has a definite bonsai shape. But this will be going in the house soon because the evenings are getting very cool. And it'll spend the winter months in my utility room, and then it'll come back out probably mid-March or the end of March. And this is one of my newer succulents. It is the silver dollar vine. It's a cool plant. Again, it was fuller. That's why it has all these. It has a bunch of blunt cuts because it was nice and full, and then the pack rats got it. Boy, I'm talking about the pack rats a lot. But it's been sending out some nice new growth here, as you can see, and it's a really cool succulent vine. I will be transplanting it in the spring into a beautiful pot. Down here is a sansevieria that spends the whole year outside and doesn't seem to mind it at all. And yes, this is my ponytail palm. I got it in a very small pot at the Santa Barbara Farmers Market, and it has grown like crazy. And you might be able to hear the hummingbirds in the background. They get noisy about this time. It's about 3 in the afternoon. My Hoya. I love this plant. This lives outside year round too. It's planted on double hoops, so it is a Hoya topiary. And this is my gray fish hooks, which is a senecio, just like the string of bananas and the string of pearls. Boy, it's hard to see with the sun in the background and all the green in the background too, but it looks so much better because I'm keeping it pruned to right above the love seat. I'm not letting it get long. So it has all this wonderful new growth appearing at the top. Heading toward the back corner of my garden, this is a bowl with 2 cacti. These trail and spread, and they'll creep along the ground to fill in back here. I just planted them a few months ago. And then, of course, my pencil cactus, which was over by the house, by the patio doors. It's still by the house, over by the patio doors, but it blew over a couple times, so it does better in this corner. But it's done well. I cut it way back, and what I need to do is get somebody to put a couple screws in the stucco house so that I can really properly anchor this up. And I have a couple of succulents and agave, coppertone sedum, that's called a pickle plant right there. And I will end it back here in the corner with my aloe vera. As you can see, the pups have grown like crazy, and they're making pups. And the mother plant is still making pups. So I use this plant. I use the leaves of this plant quite a bit. So I will show you the symbol of the Southwest, a saguaro cactus. There are many beautiful specimens here in Tucson. This is just one that is behind my house, but they're beautiful and they're pretty when they flower in the spring. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and found it somewhat entertaining on the update on my container plants. I thank you so much for all your likes and your subscribes. I really appreciate them, and your comments too. I have more videos coming your way in the new year, so I look forward to seeing you in 2020, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Bye.